probably the best friend I have. If the vestige is going, I'm going too.
Yes, I see. And you are the most qualified. Why? Is it your superior knowledge of Cold Harbor? Your expertise in dealing with Daedric entities? Or is it simply the unrequited puppy love you feel for that shirtless mammoth?
The time has come for another foray into Oblivion, Vestige. We have one last ally in need of rescue. Indeed, Abnathan and I have been meditating, scrying, and poring over Manamako's notes, and at long last we've discovered the location of the Halls of Torment. Our friend has suffered unimaginable and unending torment for nearly 2 years, far longer than any mortal man should endure. But Sahan is something more than mortal man. He's a descendant of Leki, the Yokudan sword saint. I've seen it. We have been able to determine the precise area of the halls where Sai is being held. This is why we were so long about the task. I shall open a portal for you. Lyris and Abner have both agreed to accompany you, but I fear their mutual enmity will complicate your task. Speak with them and hear what they offer, but you must choose one or the other.
What's wrong? What did Varen say? Then your choice is clear. I've known Sahan longer than anyone. I should be the one to go. It's your decision. Just know that I'd give my life for you or for Sai. Would Tharn do the same? Thank you. You won't regret it. Back in the Cold Harbor slave pits, the Shriven used to whisper about the Halls of Torment. When I think of what Sai must be going through, we'll bring him back, or die trying.
Go with Lyris. Save Sahan from the Halls of Torment.
Where is the Amulet of Kings?
What is he doing here?
Where is the Amulet of Kings? Tell me or I'll gut you like a fish with your own sword. Witness the deadly power of my dark sword singers.
How touching. Your friends are here to save you. Pity they arrived too late. It's time for your next round of torture. You'll enjoy this one.
Sai was right there. We had him. We were so close. Tharn was always mocking Sai, making jokes at his expense. Sai never responded, but I know it hurt him deeply. The Daedra must have sensed that. On the plus side, a doppelganger with Tharn's face was much more satisfying to kill. The Sword Singers are legendary. They were a group of Redguard swordmasters, wiped out in the First Era by the Yokudan Emperor Hira. Sahan spent years trying to resurrect their lost art, but never succeeded. He considered it his greatest failure. And it took on Tharn's appearance because he was a familiar rival that Sai secretly despised. Imagine seeing your nemesis succeed where you failed. Day after day, year after year. I can't think of anything worse.
to have some unwanted visitors in the Halls of Torment. Let's make them feel welcome. Your friend always had the opportunity to free himself. All he needs to do is reveal the location of the Amulet of Kings, and you can all be on your merry way. Enjoy your visit. You'll never leave the Halls of Torment alive.
Just tell me where the amulet is and we can be together forever, Sai.
Where is the Amulet of Kings?
Where is the amulet? If you tell me, this will all be over. And we can finally be together. They're after the amulet. Don't worry, my love. My sisters will love these. She seems to be drawing power from the... It can't be real. It's not like this between Sai and me. Fresh and still beating. You'll be safe here, my love. Time to...
Too late. Once again. Come, my pet. Time for your next session.
When I get my hands on Menemarco, I'm gonna slice that traitor stem to sternum and wash my hands in his body cavity! How should I know? Sai and I are friends. Good friends, nothing more. What? No! Our friendship is based on honor and loyalty, not foolish games of love. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to snap at you. This is just so unexpected. Confusing. I'll show her anguish when I bury my axe in her skull. Let's keep moving. And listen, don't mention this whole thing to anyone. I need some time to figure...
We don't get many visitors in the Halls of Torment, but there's always room for a few more permanent residents. Such tenacity, such ambition, such bravery. Such a pity we're going to skin you alive and feast on your intestines. Meaningless in the Halls of Torment. Whether it takes a day or 1,000 years, Sahan will be through.
Amulet of
Where is
Kings!
the Amulet of Kings? This can all be over if you just tell me. You can finally rest. You'd like that, wouldn't you, Sai?
Have I been here 2 years? 2,000 years?
Who dares to defy the Duchess of Anguish? I will tear out your heart and make you feast upon it.
Never!
What death do you prefer, mortal? Slow and painful or quick and painful? I think I'll kill you quickly, then resurrect you and kill you slowly. An eternity of agony. It will be glorious.
Sai is in pain. Release his bonds, quickly.
I do not know you. Why are you here? Who sent you? The Emperor? He lives? This day is filled with wonders. They tortured me for many months. Years, perhaps. But I did not break my vow. The amulet is hidden and safe. My strength is returning. Lead on.
You have done it, Vestige. Bring him through the portal quickly. Sahan lives. You've outdone yourself, Vestige. The minds of some men can endure hardships far greater than anything that Daedra can concoct. The forces of loyalty, honor, and friendship are powerful indeed. We must recover the Amulet of Kings, but only when Sahan has had time to recover. He is a man of great strength, but he will still need to rest after such an ordeal. Sai locked the amulet away in the ruins of San Kotor and entrusted the key to one of his close associates. But he can tell you himself. Speak with him. He's eager to meet his liberator. I'll contact you when we're ready to move forward.
I owe you my life. My lord calls you Vestige. A strange name. Is it true your soul was taken from you? Stranger still. My people say that bravery and honor are the hallmarks of a great soul. Yet you have both of those things in great measure. I had begun to think that honor was a relic of the past. You give me hope. I cannot say. Physically, I am unharmed. But mentally, I feel a darkness in my heart. A weight on my soul. I do not know how long this emptiness will remain. I hid the amulet in a sacred catacomb protected by magical wards. The means of lifting these wards are in the keeping of my old mentor, Kasura. As soon as I am able, we must meet with her. I will try to rest, but I am a warrior. We cannot sit still for very long. I should certainly bathe before we meet with Kasura. I am unpleasantly fragrant. And if she happened to be downwind of me, well, I would never hear the end of it. The path ahead of us is a dark one, but it pleases me to know that I shall walk the path with friends. May we all rest a little easier tonight. I know I shall.
No doubt the Dominion will offer their help in exchange for an alliance, turning the misfortunes of others.
These wood elves and It is good to see you, my friend. Greenshade is far more exciting place than Raz expected. He hears now that the Staff of Magnus has been stolen, as if these rebellious Bosmer were not trouble enough. Not yet, but it is possible. The elves in this part of the Valenwood do not follow King Camoran. They claim to be subjects of the Wilderking, some forest spirit no one has ever seen. They mock the Dominion and call Queen Irene an enemy. We do not know. The Battle Reeves sent a soldier, Hazazi, to negotiate with the Bramblebreach clan, but he has made no progress. Now Raz needs to hunt for the Staff of Magnus, so he asks you, will you find Hazazi and sort this out? The Bramblebreach village is just south of Marbrook. Hazazi is there. He likes to complain, but he's a good soldier. He just needs someone with a more sophisticated negotiation style. And by the time you get back, Raz will have a lead on the staff. This one does not understand Bosmer clan politics, but as Raz hears it, the clans of this part of Valenwood have always been wild. Some even sided against King Camoran in the Blacksap Rebellion. Greenshade is the heart of Valenwood. It is very dangerous and very mysterious, and these Bosmer understand it like no others do. Raz would not be deterred, but even Camoran's Vindusk Rangers avoid traveling in this part of the forest. As always, Raz serves the Queen. She wanted to know if the Bosmer here are as scary as they sound. With the Staff of Magnus stolen, though, Raz must make that his priority. This one knows you can handle the Bramble Breach as well as he could. The obvious answer is probably the right one. Paladil. That toad fulfilled Naamon's every wish. Why should that change just because the prince is dead? Raz knew the Veiled Heritance was a disease not so easily excised. If Paladil has taken the staff, we need to find him and discover what he plans to do with it. The staff is powerful and dangerous. All of the Dominion is at risk if we cannot find it.
My friend! How good it is to see you!
Dark moons. These crazy Bosmer make no sense. Hazazi comes to negotiate on behalf of Queen Irene, to hear their grievances, and all they do is dance and jest. Hazazi has only been here a short while, and already he hates this village. What negotiations? These dungy elves don't want talk. They say they only answer to the Wilderking. Who is this? Who knows? They'd rather pull Hazazi's tail than give him a straight answer. It's not fair. Hazazi always gets the worst assignments. Hazazi likes this idea. If you can just get the Bramble Breach to make sense, this one will be impressed. Hazazi thinks it's a wild guar chase, but if you want to try, speak with their tree thane. May you have better luck than Hazazi.
I didn't think I was being disrespectful. Sometimes people are just impossible to understand.
Another tourist? Rare to have so many visitors in this part of the Valenwood, didn't you hear? It's much safer behind the shiny new walls of Marbrook. Even King Camoran hesitates to venture into the court of the Wilderking. Negotiate? About what? Oh, I know. You want us to bow to your queen and swear allegiance to your what's-it's-called? Aldmeri Dominion. Huh. Problem is that our allegiance is to the Wilderking, and he doesn't seem to care for your dominion. Ha, sure. Let me just pull him from my satchel. You people don't understand. The Wilderking manages the entire forest. He doesn't have time for idle talk. Why do you think so many people doubt his existence? Not in person, but I don't doubt the Wilderking exists. He speaks to me in the babbling brooks and the wind in the trees. Other Bosmer petition him for an audience, but I don't need to. He already tells me everything I need to know. I could tell you, but how do I know you're trustworthy? You ask us to share your enemies, but will you share ours? The wood orcs are a plague we can't seem to be rid of. If you help us drive them off, I'll tell you what you want to know. Lurchers. Take seeds from the shimmering tree in the village and plant them in the orcs' camp. In a few minutes, they'll sprout out with a vengeance. The orc chieftain won't surrender so easily, though. Just kill him. Leave the rest to the lurchers. Don't bother coming back here until you've run off the orcs. I've got important business to attend to. Huh. Well, if you plant them in some peat, they sprout into a flower, and then after some time, the flower grows into a lurcher. If you want more than that, you can ask the Wilderking himself, when you get that audience. Huh. They're gifts from the Wilderking, embodiments of the raw energy of the forest. They protect the village. They're not so smart. We can't lead them against the orcs, but if they sprout straight into the orcs' camp, they'll know what to do.
Can you believe that tree thane? Was the tree thane as rude to you as she was to me? All I asked was how one might get an audience with the Wilderking, but the way she reacted, you would have thought I was trying to slaughter her children. Did she treat you any differently? She did? That's funny, because Under and I offered to drive the orcs away and she turned us down. I don't know, I'm beginning to suspect this is some elaborate Bosmer trick and the whole village is laughing at us when we're not looking. I didn't say that. There is definitely a distinctive magical force in this part of Valenwood, but I fail to understand by what logic the tree thane decides who gets an audience with the Wilderking and who gets turned away. Oh, I'm Aranias. Maybe you've read my book, Spriggans in the Green, Story and Myth in Primitive Bosmer Society? Probably not, I guess. Anyhow, Under and I came in a scholarly pursuit to see if this Wilderking is really as powerful as they say. We'll just have to venture deeper into the forest on our own. We'll probably get lost and suffer a slow and painful death, but that's the risk we have to take. If you're going after the wood orcs, though, I know something that might make it easier. If you want, you can take the essence from the calliope tree and rub it all over your body to cloak yourself in a haze of forest moths. The wood orcs won't even see you. Oh, one more thing. Under scouted out the orcs' camp pretty extensively. He might have some useful observations if you ask. Good luck with the wood orcs and that tricky tree thane. Maybe we'll meet again when we find the Wilderking. There seem to be a lot more rumors than any real facts. Some say he's a man. Others say he's a spirit, an embodiment of the forest. What I find most fascinating, though, is the rumor that he actually shapes the entire forest. That's just incredible. Me? I was born and raised in the Somerset Isles on a rather small island known as Silatar. It's a pretty secluded place. Growing up there was what first sparked my interest in studying nature magic. But, well, it was very lonely. Of course not. He's mainly here, acting as my guardian. They warned us that this place was dangerous, and if the Wilderking is really as unpredictable as people say, well, never hurts to be prepared.
I spent several hours watching the wood orcs and evaluating their weaknesses. As a whole, their strength is in numbers. As long as you don't take on the entire camp, you should be fine. The chieftain's the one you have to watch out for. By the look of his scars, he's seen his share of battle, and he knows how to take a beating. Don't expect him to go down quickly. There's a shaman who's never far from his side as well. I'd focus on killing the shaman first. Good luck.
So the Wood Elves have a friend who's not afraid to fight. Good. Give me your best.
understand. If you change your mind, I'll be here. Psst, you. Over here.
If they wanted to keep those things, they wouldn't. Some people could be...
What do you want?
Sorry, not doing any business today. You found it where? Wait, you brought the axe back? It's here with you? Absolutely not. Get it away from here, immediately. I cursed that axe myself. It draws spirits and undead like flies to honey. Of course. I wanted them out of the mine, out of Greenshade. You see what they do to the forest everywhere they go. They cut down everything in sight. Although if you're standing here, I suppose the axe worked. That's actually good news. No, that's not necessary. Now that it has served its purpose, I'll simply remove the enchantment. You can keep it. A souvenir. Now, give it here. Now, let's see about this curse.
I need a break.
Done. Good as new. There, that's done. The curse is gone. Now the only danger this axe poses is the sharp end. Absolutely. You've brought the best news I've heard in several weeks. Enjoy your trophy. We've got almost everything.
I have many fine goods.
My scouts came back singing your praises. They said the Wood Orcs broke quickly after you killed Chieftain Thragdosh and unleashed the Guardians. I wasn't exactly expecting you to succeed. Seems there's more to you than meets the eye. And you're worried I won't hold up my end of the bargain? No, I keep my promises. You got rid of those parasitic orcs. You've earned the right to petition the Wilderking for an audience. I hope I haven't given you a sense of false hope, though. Bosma around here petition the Wilderking for an audience all the time, and he rarely responds. More than likely. Suit yourself. Just south of my home, you'll find the petitioning stone. Just touch it. Probably nothing will happen. If he wants to speak with you, though, he'll appear when you touch that stone. I never said it was complicated. Besides, by scaring off those wood orcs, you just might have improved your chances. The Wilderking sees these things, you know. All right, run along now, and may the forest part to reveal your path.
Welcome to my court, outsider. Since you entered my domain, I have watched your actions with keen interest. You have been generous with my people and more patient than I expected. But I still cannot gather one thing. Why have you come? Again, not what I expected. I think I've heard of this Aldmeri dominion, but I don't see how inclusion in this group would appeal to me or to the people in my domain. Aligning with you would only alienate us from others. Interesting. You think we have common enemies? My only enemies are those who would seek to harm Valenwood. Let us test your theory, though. Show me one of these enemies of whom you speak, so I might better understand. Use the other stone pillar, the one on the platform behind us. Touch that stone pillar and an apparition will appear. One of your enemies, as you say. Fight this enemy so that I might see its true nature. I am pleased to be able to lend you strength to face this enemy from your past.
Strike us down, and the veiled inheritance will always rise again.
Zazi is finished with this village.
I sense the darkness in the heart of the one you fought, but he has already been defeated, has he not? And those like him, they may not all share his darkness. You should have me call these people enemies, though. The Veiled Heritance. Yes, I am familiar with this distinction as well. There is one among this group who has come to Valenwood to see me, and I find her curious. Very curious. I'm not inclined to consider her an enemy. She is one who has been blessed with fascinating gifts. Gifts I cannot afford to ignore. You would know her identity, though. I was able to capture one of her memories. Touch the petition stone again, and I will share it with you.
We have much need of someone like you, Ananias.
Yes, young one. We have a problem in the Valenwood that will require your talents specifically.
I would be honored to help however I can.
An opportunity has arisen to strike a devastating blow to the Dominion, to divide the Bosmer.
The Bosmer in Greenshade claim allegiance not to King Camoran, but to a man they call the Wilderking.
Killing this Wilderking will drive the Bosmer mad. He is very elusive, though, so I will need your help to find him.
You realize we are entrusting you with an important task, I hope, my dear.
Of course, Lady Estria, you can count on me.
As you've just seen, the young girl Aranias is associated with the Veiled Heritance. Until I know more about her, I hesitate to call her an enemy. I will have more insight soon, though. Even now, Aranias is on her way to my throne. So she believes, but there may be a greater truth to her purpose here. You may not like this, but I sense the same is true of you. Like the branches of a grat oak, I believe that Aranias' destiny, my destiny, and your destiny are all intertwined. I cannot yet see how these events will play out, but I do know that like Aranias, you must come deeper into the forest. You must eventually come to my throne, but not yet. Each of us is a strand to be spun into the story of Valenwood. You should seek out the spinner, Marrowan. He can tell us how this story began and where it should end. Yes, traveling through Valenwood is a funny thing. It may take them many days to find the path to my throne. You have all the time you need. Find the spinner's cottage and speak to Marrowan. Safe journeys, my friend.
Azazi calls this madness. Dancing elves, forest spirit kings. These people are pulling on the tail in more ways than one. You can stay if you want to, but Azazi thinks it is time for him to return to Marbrook.
It works! It really works! I can't believe it. I finally figured it out. This could change everything. Our Lurcher Guardians, I've found a way to give each of them special powers. To make them more effective, of course. The Guardians protect the village, and now we can imbue each of them with different elemental tactics. And the best part is that building them isn't even hard. It's easy. Well, you see, the husks are the same, grown from local flora. It's the Guardian's guts that make it special. Bring me some thunderbug bellies, dew bugs, and hive seeds from outside the village, and I'll show you how to make one. That was fast, but I'm not surprised. Did you find the things we need to build you a Guardian? Wonderful! Now comes the best part, mixing ingredients to give the Guardian its powers. Lightning bellies and hive seeds make a fire Guardian. Hive seeds and dew bugs make a wooden Guardian. Lightning bellies and dew bugs, a water Guardian. Yes, it'll be your Guardian. Use this husk and build the one you want. Then we'll test it against the others. Lead it over to challenge 2 other Guardians. Tell you what, you can even use these healing roots to give your Guardian an edge. I've never seen a Guardian fight like that! Incredible! You really know how to choose a champion. This day will go down in our clan's history, and you helped make it happen. Unfortunately, I haven't figured out how to keep the Guardians under control for very long, but I'm working on it.
I was beginning to think you wouldn't make it. I've already begun Aranias' story. Yes, of course. I have been waiting for you for some time. The story needs you to play a part in the present, and in the past. You certainly took your time about things. Not your fault, I understand, not your fault. We may yet get this right. Inside the story, you must also enter the story in order to help her. Aranias wants to see the Wilderking. I'm his gatekeeper. To see him, you ask me nicely, and then I tell you a story. A story that you take part in. Yes, the story is one from her own past, but she's convinced that she's living through these events for the first time. You'll play the part of the close friend she never had, someone she can trust, who can change the person Aranias becomes. Ask nicely. Of course. Now, sit down by the fireplace. Imagine there's a nice warm fire burning there, and I'll set the scene. Have a seat by the fire, and let me know when you're ready to hear the story. Remember, Ask nicely. Imagine the flames are the waves of a vast ocean. Cold waves on a clear blue ocean off the coast of Somerset. Now picture an island. Trees around the island shimmer in the sunlight. Each gently cresting ocean wave sparkles. Many stones, roots, and flowers on the island were shaped by magicka. Only 2 living Altmer possess such power. One of those 2 Altmer stands outside the manor on this island. Her island. Go to her. Become her friend. The island of Silatar.
I'm so glad you could come. My parents will be back tonight, and I was afraid I'd have to face them alone again. That's why I asked you to come early. I'm not sure what will happen either. Before they get back, I want to be carefree. We can visit some of our favorite places together. They were afraid, like everyone else. After I raised up the land under the sea and smashed that ship, even though nobody got hurt, they said my magic was too dangerous. You're the only one who isn't afraid of me. You're not afraid, right? You don't know what this means to me. Now, what will we do first? I know, let's race to the lighthouse like we did when we were little. Bet you still can't catch me. Watch your step! Are my vines getting in your way? Not bad. You're pretty fast. Maybe. You know, I've always had a special connection to the land. Sometimes things happen and I don't even think about it. It just happens. I'm sorry, it just happened. Wait, something's wrong. Can you feel that? The land's in pain, burning hot. Look, the farm's burning! Over the rise. Wait. Too many footsteps, and it's too early for my parents' return. Boots. Boots. There are invaders on Silatar. We have to stop them. Show them. No one attacks my island. what have they done to my farm? Why would they do this? Animals! Does it matter? I'm tired of this. Everyone wants to hurt me or use me, and it stops now. Where were you when my parents tested me? Where were you when I needed you most? You left me. Why are you even here? Do you want something from me too? I'm sorry. After my parents left, I felt so alone. I couldn't find you. People kept coming. They'd attack, hound me, want me to show them what I can do, like I was a circus animal or some kind of pet. I shouldn't take it out on you. No, it's not your fault. Thanks to you, these bastards didn't get very far. They could have destroyed everything. It's getting late. We need to clean up before my parents return. Meet me at the manor later.
Come, I must speak with you once more. In her tale, Aranias was volatile, and she swung between anger, shame, and hope. Feared by her own parents because of her abilities, she faced the bandits alone. This made her bitter and hardened against others, vulnerable to outside influences. You will soon see it for yourself. But first, you should view another scene from Aranias' past. She was a bit younger and excited about her newly found skills. Are you ready?
Why are your clothes all wet? Mother, what do you think of this tree? How about this island you're standing on?
The ground is soaked. I'll need new shoes now.
I made it.
What? You made the ground soggy?
The island. I made this little island.
What? What do you mean you made it?
These trees, those rocks. None of this was here yesterday. The ground is wet because I used my magic to pull it up from under the water.
Oh, Ara, what have you done?
Gifted with a rare and powerful ability, Aranias tried in vain to win her parents' affection. So much happened next, but I especially draw your attention to two particular events. One scene is atop the lighthouse, the other in the manor's great hall. They will help you understand more about our troubled Aldmeri, I hope. No. The greatest challenge comes next, and Aranias needs you. Her parents returned after the attack on the farm, and brought with them the people they considered their daughter's only hope, the Veiled Heritance. She should not face this alone. Getting changed at the manor. You should do the same after you watch those scenes. You'll find a change of clothes in the guest bedroom off the Great Hall. Then, go to Aranias in the garden.
Sorry.
You're lucky they're alive. How many more ships will you sink?
It was an accident.
Accidents are spilling water, dropping glass. You lifted a ship out of the ocean with a wall of rock.
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
Your mother and I will discuss your punishment. Go.
Your father and I leave for Somerset in the morning.
I won't do it again, I promise. I'll try harder. Don't leave me behind!
Don't grovel. It's unbecoming. We will return with help to control your temper.
How much more can I apologize? I said I'm sorry.
No, Ara. It's just, you need training. What you did to the ship, that scares people.
What sort of training, Father?
You look good. How do you feel? There are so many people. And look, it's High Kin Lady Estrie. Why is she here? I bet my parents want me to show off my powers. I thought they were bringing me a teacher or something. Hesitant? I hate this, and they've got something particular they want to see. Would you do me a favor and find out? Mingle among them, eavesdrop. Find out what they've planned for me. I'm not sure yet. They'll probably want another statue raised from the ground. My parents treat that like a party trick, and this is a party after all. But the way they're talking, it sounds more dangerous, and I'm a bit worried, to be honest. You asked me this before, silly. I don't know, but when I think about changing things around me, my thoughts come true. Remember when that merchant ship sank? I'd lifted the ground out of the ocean. I just forgot to lower it again.
Her parents invited me to witness her powers firsthand. She lifted the ground up under my very feet. Her demonstration today will not be one of skill, but of character.
Ander demonstrates amazing potential. Why are we bothering with this girl and her clods of dirt? Ander could melt them with hardly a thought. What do they call her? The Rock Witch? Hilarious. Provincial.
Ander has one of the little beggars in the field, away from the house. Aranias will demonstrate her talents on the other. Her demonstration will determine how we employ her talents.
I'm afraid this one is about to die. I didn't realize how frail Bosmer were. Not this goblin-faced meat-eater, his wife. Wait a minute. You're not with the Heritants?
They took my wife. They will give her to the witch, the Rock Witch. The land will kill her. They said the land...
You killed Ander? That's not supposed to happen. Oh, don't worry. It was an entertaining twist, to be sure. But sadly, as real as it may seem, this is just a story. In real life, you were not there to kill Ander. He has had considerable time to grow in power, and his temper has not gotten any longer, if you understand me. It seems the Veiled Heritants have sent him after Aranias to ensure she kills the Wilderking, or dies if she fails. I met him. He wanted to get into this story, but he wouldn't ask nicely. But there's nothing we can do about that right now. We have a story to finish. Aranias' big moment is about to arrive. You should go to her. In the garden. She's been commanded to kill the wife of this Bosmer. You should hurry to her. She faced this alone last time.
This creature is no different from those who burned your farm.
Please.
Aranias, my child, raise the ground up to trap this animal.
Please let us go.
Aranias, do you remember how helpless you were when your farm burned? Good, good. Now tear this animal apart.
This is my test. If I can take the life of this girl, it means that I am willing to make the necessary sacrifices. What about the Bosmer who attacked my island? What were they, Dominion ambassadors? A peace mission? If I refuse to kill this Bosmer, then what? I'll be alone again. The Rock Witch of Silatar, a monster for fairy tales. You're here with me now, but what about later? No, that's not it. I must trust myself. Believe I can do what's right. I don't need anyone, you or the Veiled Heritants, to guide me. I am stronger than this. I won't murder an innocent to prove I can, no matter who demands it. The Veiled Heritants won't control my destiny. I will. I can do this, and I shall. No, I won't do it!
You were a fine character, most enjoyable, and it looks like you made quite an impression on Aranias. As one story ends, another reaches its climax. Our little bit of mischief was a success. Because of you, Aranias may very well betray her masters to defend the Wilderking. Truly, I hope we never need change a story so extensively again. Though we spinners can do so, it's usually better to let a tale conclude on its own. Usually. Venturing into the story of Aranias' past has sown the seeds of her transformation, but they have yet to sprout. Even now, she and Anda blaze a trail of destruction toward the Wilderking's throne. Their intention is to destroy him. Preserving his life may be impossible at this point, but you must try. Without him, the Valenwood will rage out of control. The only hope lies with Aranias and with you. Go to Greenheart and follow the trail of fire to the Wilderking's throne.
Do you know how to read? I am called Sumiril. I am one of the Hollow. We live to serve the Wilderking, who is our god, our creator. I ask you if you can read, because I have this book, which is supposed to tell the true story of the Wilderking, and of my creation. I can read it, but I am afraid to. I am not like the other Hollow. I can question my existence. I can believe or not believe. What if the book reveals something about the Hollow, our purpose? I might crack and splinter from within. It must be done, and I would be most grateful. You should know that who or whatever wrote this book bound it to the labyrinth. To traverse one, you need the other. This book holds a single passage only. The words for the next passage will appear once you have opened the book. Follow them. They will transport you to a point deeper into the labyrinth, then settle on the page and create another passage. I have roamed this land since before many of these trees were seeds. In that time, I have wanted to know how I came to be. Yet here you stand with the answer, and I hesitate, uncertain. I am unsure what I will regret more, knowing or never knowing the truth. Forgive my indecision. Please, continue. Mortal? Like you? What happened to me? Yet I live, don't I? The past, present, and future are stark, stripped of illusion, and I am left with more questions. I will have to find a new way to exist, neither living nor dead, neither doubting nor believing.
Rest now, my love. It's all right. The memories of youth are the treasures of old age. Savor them, and those who share them. They'll fade, but they're as sweet as sun's dusk ale while they last. Tongues of Xarxis, I sound like a pedantic old fool, don't I? Forgive me. Yes, Ignore my nostalgic nonsense. It's just an attempt to pretend my musty past is worth something more than it is. Getting old isn't easy. My dear Marilia is passing. We came to see the flowers, but they don't seem to grow here anymore. I don't know. Nereid Smile, they're called. So blue, so beautiful. There must be some nearby, but I'm too old to hunt them down. I wonder, though, if you see any, could you gather some seeds? I could sow them here, for old time's sake. You are generous to humor two silly old men, but those seeds would mean so much to us. When we were young, we used to sneak away from the clan and come here to be together. Lying here among the Nereid Smile, it seemed like we had forever. Not unless you can turn back time. No. To be honest, we've lived for many years more than either of us expected, but our time has finally come. Nothing can forestall my husband's death now, nor mine, which I expect will follow soon after.
They're so beautiful, Hartman. Do you think they'll last forever?
It's all for us, Marilia. The forest, the flowers, all of it. Life is so precious, and so fleeting. Don't let it pass you by. Take time to feel the caress of the wind, and listen to the way it carries the sound of your true love's name. Marilia, I never did hear anything so sweet and so dear. Yes, his passing was quick and peaceful, and we were together. That's all that really mattered. Soon I will rest too. But you're so kind. Did you find the Nereid Smile? It's funny. The flowers meant so much to us when we were young, but at the end, we didn't need the flowers anymore. We had the memories. These seeds are wonderful, though. I realize now their true significance. Goodbye, Marilia. I sow these seeds in memory of the life we shared. Even as we fade, may others come here and find the same joy we found in the flowers and in each other. So may our love be renewed for all eternity.